Hello, I'm Jack Daniel from Astaro. I'm speaking with David Stevenson here at Clark and Daughtrey. And we're in an aisle full of paper medical records. They're just everywhere here. Looks like a pretty compelling reason to move to electronic medical records.
Definitely. This is just one aisle of many of our records that we have stored. It's only a small fraction, about 10% of our overall paper charts. Going to digital records, we've centralized everything, and later on I'll show you our data center to see where we've come from and where we've gone to.
Are there any advantages to these old systems?
Well, as you can see, it's really quiet over here.
That's true.
Wait until we get to the data center, and it won't be so quiet.
Can't wait to see that.
Okay, David, this looks a little different than the space we just saw. This is your new digital data center. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
This is quite a bit different from the old paper charts and the big moving filing cabinets. All those records over there, that's just a little piece of the patient information. Now we have all of the records here electronically. I think the last count was 130 million files that we have saved that serve 7 locations and 50 plus providers, and we're talking a little more than 300 staff. All can access the same chart at the same time if they'd like, if they have the right access.
So we're in front of the new data center here. Can you tell me why you made the move to electronic medical records?
Well, there were a couple of things. From an administrative and IT perspective, it was for efficiency and to be able to centralize the information. But the biggest point is for patient care. We provided the information real time to providers in order to make the best decisions about quality health care for their patients. The prescriptions are available, their test results as quickly as possible. And that way the patient can get the best care that they possibly can.
So one of the things that electronic medical records are designed to drive is accessibility of the records, to make those available to the people that need them, when they need them, where they need them. Can you talk about how that has worked for you and for the physicians and patients in this practice?
Sure, the accessibility has been great. That is one of the key factors. We're a multi-specialty group amongst multi-locations, and tracking the paper chart was really a nightmare. No matter what system we tried to put into place for the paper chart, it couldn't compare to having the availability with the electronic chart.
So that couldn't have been without concerns, though, because as great as it is to have this wide availability, accessibility of records, the problem becomes how do you protect it? Because we are talking about sensitive data. So what kind of concerns did you have as far as protecting this data, and what approaches did you use to secure it?
Yes, we definitely had concerns. The physicians were very concerned of what happens if there's a power outage, or to make sure that record is available to them at all times. So we put processes and equipment in place to address that, from power to backups, and then not least, but security. We had to provide security because now we can't just lock the chart in a file room anymore. It's now on a computer. It had to be electronically secured. Some of the things that we implemented in regards to security here inside the clinic is we have biometrics and logins and passwords in order to even get into the system. While you're in the system, everything is tracked. What patient chart is touched and who's doing it, and the level of control is defined to only the proper personnel are looking at what's necessary. We also had to address the issue of remote access, and that's where we use the Astaro Firewall to give our providers the capability, no matter where they are in the world, access back to our clinic to be able to get into the patient record to continue that patient care.
You mentioned Astaro. How long have you been using Astaro products to secure your infrastructure and your records?
We've been using Astaro for more than 5 years, and we have been evaluating and adding every new feature that Astaro develops. We just enjoy the product. It's been a godsend that we can control everything with one vendor and not have 5 or 6 different vendors and trying to manage that.